Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Samhain, happy fall, whatever you may be celebrating this gorgeous, gorgeous season. This month, in conjunction with our runes, we will be using, as it is the season, the adorable Halloween Tarot by Kipling West. Then as always, be sure to join me after part 1 of your reading here on YouTube over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Halloween Oracle by Stacey Demarco for your spiritual guidance for the month of October. You will find that link below in the description box, along with any other details about the channel and myself that you might need. So without further ado, let's see what is in store for you zombies and ghouls and werewolves and vampires out there. Hey Scorpio! Let's get your runes cast for October 2019. See what your Halloween is gonna look like. Scorpio, October 2019, which runes want to talk to my Scorp? Maybe help them? Scorpio. Scorpio. No, almost. I've almost had it twice and then they run away again. Wow. All kinds of runes, Scorpio. As always, keep in mind, you know the caveat, this is a general reading, so check the video for your rising sign as well. You're often going to find that a lot of messages, many months, will come through that video instead of your super duper general sun sign reading. You can always set up a private session with me if you would like, and we can take a very personalized, far more specific view of what's going on for you personally. But in general, lots of internal energy is what I'm picking up on first here, Scorpio. Just coming off the table here. In the present, we've got the Three of Ghosts. This is the Three of Cups in traditional tarot. So in the present, the time frame we're talking about is end of September into early October-ish. Again, it's general, so for others of you, this could be occurring later in the month or whenever you're watching this video. Three of Cups is about a celebration, but usually just a small celebration, like you know, maybe not a planned event like a wedding, unless it, you know, it would be a very small wedding, maybe like a JP, Justice of the Peace kind of thing, going down to the courthouse. Vegas kind of thing. So it could be a small celebration with friends. Usually there's a reunion aspect when I see. That's my reunion card. So it's like seeing people that you haven't seen in a long time. It could just be one person that you haven't seen in a while. And with the Three of Cups in the upright, it's normally somebody that you've missed, that you would like to see again. There could be a bit of manipulation or a manipulative side to this person, though. But Scorpio, when I read for you, it's so difficult for me because you know, that's your own energy sometimes. So I sometimes don't know. And you know, we all manipulate. There are times when, and situations and circumstances in life that that call for it in order for us to be our best selves, achieve what we want to achieve, reach our goals. There are ways to do it that are not malicious, or at least overtly malicious. So yeah, whenever that comes up in your readings, I'm like, well, this could be your energy. But yeah, I am seeing a reunion, a celebration. It could be one person or it could be 3 people. Also with the reunion aspect, it could be somebody you haven't seen for a while in this lifetime, but it could also be a reunion with someone from a past life. That this is the first time you're meeting them in this life. But again, those are those people that you meet and right off there's a familiarity. It's more than just attraction. It's more than just, oh, I like you, or oh, you're good enough. I could settle for you. You're safe. We could get married and have kids and that sort of thing. It is more of an emotional connection. It's an instant kind of, I feel like I know you. You see that in movies all the time. They're like, I'm sorry, do I know you from somewhere? You've heard that line on TV and in movies everywhere. And I always chuckle when I see that because it like happens in movies all the time. in your lifetime, that's probably going to happen maybe a total of 2-3 times, but it does happen. It's happened to me. It's happened to everyone I know. Those are people that your soul recognizes. Your souls recognize each other. And, it's not always a love thing. This is friends, co-workers that turn into friends. Sometimes it's negative people, toxic people here to teach you a lesson. But you still are like, oh, they look familiar to me, but it's like, it's weird that they look familiar to me and I really can't stand that person. But it's like, not really. You have a contract with them and they're teaching you something. So interesting. There's a reunion here. And there's something being promised here with the blank rune, Scorpio, that if you walk through this door, your life could look very different, but in a positive way with the Three of Cups. The thing is, if this is a reunion with someone from the past, you may question that and be like, well, it wasn't so positive the last time you were around. Like, how many times do I have to go through this with you? For some of you, this may be like somebody, like, again, a family member, a friend that you've been around this bend several times with. And it's like, yes, I love you. Yes, I'm happy to see you. But, how many times am I going to have to put up with with your particular brand of crazy, right? And yeah, with this rune, this is the manipulative female rune. This is the woman who pretends to be your friend, says really nice things to your face, but then talks about you behind your back. And she does that to everyone that she knows. And it can be a male just as easily as a female. Again, general reading. So yeah, somebody who they talk about other people whenever they're not around, so they're doing that whenever you're not around. And you just can't trust them as far as you can throw them. At least that's who they were when you knew them before. Perhaps they've changed. We'll try to see as we move along. That's something, again, that would probably only come up in a private reading because they're so, you're all individuals and so are the people you're dealing with. So I can only see that when I'm kind of reading them through you and they pop up in your private session. So, just always email me below or I'll try to put it here in the box. I usually do if you want to set up a private Skype session and we can definitely take a look at who this is. Should you trust him? Should you not? Because that's going to vary. I can't, unfortunately, give that advice in a general reading for so many people. The challenge of the month is the Seven of Bats, which is another card that comes up for you, Scorps, all the time. And it's kind of like, again, it could be your energy or it could be someone else's. So it really does break down and vary. This is the Seven of Swords in other decks. This is the Thief card, the somebody kind of trying to take something. But again, sometimes you've got to kind of be the thief. You got to be sneaky to get information. You got to be sneaky to achieve your goals. You got to be sneaky to get the person that you want. It's not always a bad, negative thing. Sometimes it's the only way to get what you want. And even if you don't get what you want, at least you tried. But now if you're hurting people and, stealing from people and taking people that are with other people or making moves on people that are married or, things like that, that's where you get into, that's where you start messing with your own karma. But again, maybe it was supposed to happen. So again, individually, I can only see that in an individual reading. You could just be a troublemaker or you could have been meant to be, you could have been meant to be with this person. It could be the real deal. It's different depending on the individuals involved and the contracts involved, the soul contracts. But yeah, we're Seven of Bats. We're talking about like sneaky deaky. Somebody like sneaking around. It's a little bit of a stalker card. Kind of doing some undercover investigation, maybe online. This could have something to do with a partnership. We do have Gifu here. But again, partnership, we have so many of those in our lives. Because every person that you know and are close to, your relationship with them is a partnership, right? Your relationship with one sibling is not going to be the same as that sibling's relationship with another of your siblings, right? So it's always, again, in general reading, that's why it's so difficult for, and props to everybody who tries to do this on YouTube in a real way, because it is, it's so much easier reading one person. So yeah, your challenge, I think, is to either not be discovered yourself while you're trying to do your Scorpio information undercover super sleuth it's info gathering and, you know, undercover detective work on someone. I think what you're doing is like you're fact checking. Like, what they told me the truth? Like you're trying to kind of glean, because I feel like I'm almost feeling like someone tells you something like, yeah, it's cool to see you again. I'm single now, whatever. And that's just one example. I go to the romance thing because that's what most people are interested in. That's what I get asked about. That and money are the number, you know, the number 1 and 2 things I get asked about. And I would say love is number 1, and then money and work number 2. Because, you know, those are the most important things to us humans here on this earth plane. But yeah, I do feel like you are, like someone's told you some information. They're single now. They're not, you know, they've changed, And so you're kind of trying to find out, just fact check, keep them honest, right? Are they really, did they really do that? Now for others of you, I feel like you're the one telling the person this and you know, trying to convince them. And maybe you do mean it. I'm not saying you don't mean it, Scorpio, but maybe you have changed. Some of you Scorpios that are watching this, if you're watching this, you probably have, because the more negative of any sign is usually not watching videos like this for advice or personal enlightenment. I was just telling Cancer that. So, but yeah, with the 7 of Swords, any kind of underhandedness, thievery, that is your challenge or obstacle, either to pull it off undetected or to find out if, you know, to find out someone else's secrets. And honestly, Scorpio, if anybody can find out someone else, what someone else is hiding, like you're the best at it. Like seriously, you are like the Sherlock Holmes of the zodiac. Like if anybody's going to figure out who done it, you are. I would totally bet all my money on Scorpio every time, because you're just so good at reading people and seeing through their BS. So there could be some BS that you're being fed that you have to see through, or you could be feeding a little bit of BS, but you mean it. I do feel like you have an objective, and for many of you it's love or a partnership. Now this could be a business partnership that you want. You could be trying to do some sort of joint venture, reconnect, again, reunion, reconnect with an old work colleague to start something, get something off the ground, or some of you, I'm getting like you may be trying to go back to an old company you used to work for, reconnect with someone who's working for, or someone you used to work with at a former company. Now they're doing something or started their own thing, or they're in a company you really want to get into. And so you're trying to kind of rejuvenate that connection, regenerate that connection so that you can maybe get in there and get a job there. Or partner up with this person and maybe start your own thing. And I am seeing like you going to meet. So, I mean, I do see texting and things like that, but I'm more seeing a lot of this taking place like in person. And again, we got that feeling with the cups, feeling connected. And I mean, yeah, you can feel that over text, but it's far more overpowering in person. When you see someone again, you can see their facial expressions and hear them talk and how they express themselves. So I do see you meeting this person probably several times in October, Scorpio. And the whole time you're trying to glean, you know, you're trying to dig, you're trying to do your super sleuthing. And it's interesting that the Rune of Secrets is on its side. It's like, yeah, you can break the code. You know, maybe a bit of a challenge. It may depend on how many other things you have going on in the month. But yeah, if you devote the time to it and put in the effort, you're going to break the code. You're going to figure out who's being honest with you or not. Also, maybe a challenge to keep people out of your business, Scorpio, in October. Everybody could be very curious about what's going on with you. Maybe you're just being more withholding than usual. I don't know how that would be possible unless you didn't speak at all. But I don't know if you're taking a vow of silence. I don't. But yeah, you could have like your maybe hesitancy to talk maybe about things, or just kind of glossing over or changing the subject is really going to pique the curiosity of other people. A lot of you though, I think I have a lot of Scorpios in my life, so I've been sort of subject to this repeatedly. You'll drop hints and then they'll, you know, because you just want to kind of like make people think that. So, you know, that you kind of want to pique their curiosity. You do want them to be curious and asking questions, but you're not going to tell them. You're not going to reveal. You just like to kind of like, you know, be like, have everybody curious about you. Ooh, what's Scorpio up to? You know, and, but you're not going to tell them what's really going on. And I don't blame you. I feel like you should keep this kind of secret because there's something you're enjoying here. There seems to be something really sweet going on here. And it is kind of like once you open that door and kind of let everybody in, the family, the friends, everyone else, that's when it's like, oh, now we have to deal with that. And perhaps all of the unsolicited advice or questions that come with it. Now the help that's going to be available, you've got the Seven of Imps in reverse. This is the Seven of Wands in traditional tarot. Here's what it looks like in the upright in our cute little Halloween deck here. So this is dropping the defenses. This is letting your guard down. Wow. It's not something I often see in the Scorpio. When I see this, it's like you usually hate it. Now this is coming up as your advice. So that's not necessarily saying it's going to be easy. In fact, it probably wouldn't be coming up as your advice if it would be easy. But I think the reason that this is difficult, particularly with this situation, is it's somebody you've had an argument with, you've had a falling out with, your trust has been broken with in the past, but there's still this connection with, right? And this is like this goes beyond talking or you know, any of that kind of mundane stuff. This is deeper. It's going to help you to be patient, keep your eye on the prize. What's your goal in this situation? I think if you can figure that out. I still sort of feel like for some of you though, it's strategic that you're dropping your guard. It's interesting, these are both sevens too. Like some of you are maybe even just pretending to drop your guard. And that's part of your, I'll tell them just enough information to let them think that I've really like let them in and then, but still I haven't really. That's a very Scorpio thing to do. But you have an objective here. You have a goal. Like you're trying to find out, is this person worth my trust? You know, will this degenerate into arguments again? Because maybe there was a knockdown drag out with this. Two different communication styles. And honestly, for Scorpios, normally your communication style, it can be avoiding the deeper stuff or just not communicating at all sometimes. Again, you're secretive. You kind of keep it within. That could have been a problem though. Somebody, you know, this other person could have felt like they were always having to kind of drag things out of you, you know, to find out what was really going on with you, or they felt like they were always in the dark. So, however, some of you could really be, like if you do drop your defenses and just totally kind of express your true feelings. A lot of Scorpios don't do that because you're kind of afraid that that's like people can't handle it, right? Like that's going to drive everyone away. But I really feel like in this instance, since it's coming up as your advice, that's how you're going to get the information that you need in order to find out what's going on here, how you feel about this. You need to do that in order to assess. And you need to do that in order to get any honest response back from the other person. Because if you do it, they'll do it. It's almost like they're following your lead, in a sense here, Scorpio. So, but yeah, you shouldn't believe everything everybody tells you. I feel like this is warranted, this extra kind of fact-checking investigation, like, because again, this person really doesn't deserve your trust. So it is kind of like one of those situations where I gotta get more sources. It's almost like you're a news reporter. I gotta go talk to some sources and find out if this person's being honest with me. Now, in what must be accepted, you've got the Knight of Pumpkins. This is our Knight of Pentacles in other decks. So some of you could be dealing with an earth sign, could be talking to a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or somebody with those traits, somebody who's very stable, very conscientious, they're very practical. They probably, a lot of them don't watch these kinds of videos. It's just too airy-fairy for them. They're very black and white. Prove it to me. This could also be somebody who is prone to being a workaholic, devoting all their time to work, don't really take vacation much, don't really play too much, maybe don't make enough time for relationships. Maybe that was the problem. But this person is a source of joy to you. I'm seeing you connecting and enjoying each other's company. It could be somebody you haven't seen in a while, talked to in a while, and there's a chance for a new beginning here, a totally new phase in this relationship. Now, for others of you, if this is like a family member that we were talking about here, this reunion, this could be someone new, but it could be a past life reunion. So there could be people coming back from past lives and this life in October for some of you Scorpios. If you're a single Scorpio, you could be meeting somebody while you're having fun. You could be going to a Halloween party or a birthday party or some other just like concert or something to, it's not a work thing. It is, if it's a work thing, it's like an after hours, happy hour kind of thing, or maybe like the work Halloween party. But I feel like for most of you, it's when you're like out with your friends, your guard is down. Right? And you're just having fun. You're enjoying, you're having a glass of wine or a beer. You're enjoying the company, and you could be meeting a very practical, very interesting person. Now, this could be male or female. Again, this is a general reading, so it'll be different depending on who this is meant for. But this could be quite a serious person. They could strike you as very just measured in what they say. You could find that you're actually being the gregarious one with this person because he is the slowest knight in the deck. He's very methodical. He has a purpose. He sticks to it. He has a plan. He sticks to it. He very much likes his routine. And he's very concerned about security, financial and emotional. So this is somebody, though, who is normally looking for something stable when it comes to relationships. So, yeah, Scorpio, if you're single, it's time to mingle in October. But don't worry too much about it. I feel like this is just going to be, circumstantial. You're out having fun. You're invited to a party. You go. And those of you that especially recently had a bad breakup or a divorce or separation, this could be kind of your reward for what you've gone through. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work out. You've gone through that karma. We're now going to bring in somebody from your past life that was actually a good fit for you. So very cool. That's very cool. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, though. This would be a situation where I would need to talk to you one-on-one to see how this person is appearing in your life. This could just be a good friend, somebody who enjoys the same things that you enjoy, though. So even if it's even if it's just a friendship, it's going to feel like it's so cool that we like the same stuff, or I can't believe you've seen that show, or that you've heard of that band, no one else knows of them. It's that kind of stuff. The outcome, we've got the Four of Pumpkins. So Four of Pentacles. In our traditional tarot. Yeah, this is, there's a new influence or aspect coming in your work or in regards to your money. So this could be some new plan you implement, some new savings account you open, some new, like a 401k, a retirement plan, some sort of new investment that you're working on that is going to bring you financial stability here, Scorpio. And it would be a new avenue or through a new person. So yeah, this could be somebody who kind of turns you on to an investment opportunity. It could be this Knight of Pumpkin Pentacles, as it were, who kind of like, hey, you should invest in this, or you can double, triple this. Now, of course, the caveat with this is any of that stuff, you got to fact check, right? You got to do your research and make sure it's legit. And not that this person would mislead anybody, because that's not this person's energy, but maybe they got, misled too. So, But yeah, I really feel like there's a new influence coming into your life that's going to lead to financial stability. Now, in some cases, for some of you, this could be somebody that you're meeting that you're going to end up marrying, and they're very, you won't have to worry about money anymore, either because you're pooling your salaries, or, 2 salaries are better than 1, or they're just very financially stable. So you'll be able to have more fun money from your salary, or maybe you won't have to work so much overtime, or maybe you can give up one of your jobs. Scorpios kind of tend to have this workaholic energy too. So, but yeah, or maybe it'll just be a nice, relief that it's not all on your shoulders. But yeah, there's a new chance to earn money. And I feel like though for most of you, it's like not through work. It does seem like more of a chance to save or invest, and then the money just makes money for you, or whatever you put in, it just kind of multiplies from there based on, again, what stocks are doing or how the investment is doing in the market. So so yeah, if you have anybody kind of letting you in on the ground floor of something, and this does seem stable with the 4 of Pentacles, and it doesn't seem crazy. It doesn't seem like a huge risk. This does seem like more of a safe bet, as it were. If you are gambling, I don't know if you're having like a casino Halloween party or something like that you're going to, you could also, maybe win some money there or something, but it would still be a safe bet. And that would kind of suit your personality, Scorpio. You go into things very methodically, kind of like this guy. Very similar energy here. So that's what I see for October. Very interesting reading, Scorpio. Very positive, actually. Just do your research, do your fact checking on anything that comes up, or anyone that shows up or reappears. But meet me over on Vimeo. I'm going to shuffle our Halloween Oracle. I do want to see what further advice and wisdom they have for you for how to handle the energies during the month of October. That link is below. And I'll see you back here next month. Thanks for stopping by.